The Teacher-Student Relationship by Miranda Higuchi. How can we, as educators, foster a healthy and productive student-teacher relationship? There are many reasons why a teacher would want to ask, how do I build and maintain student-teacher relationships? A teacher may be interested in increasing student participation or engagement with content. Or a teacher may want to focus on building community in the classroom. When analyzing classroom climate, research recommends teacher self-reflection of one's own actions, goals, and beliefs. Therefore, how teachers go about building and maintaining relationships is interconnected with teacher pedagogy and classroom management strategies. But what other factors can influence the building of relationships? The importance of the student-teacher relationship cannot be understated, since it is linked with learning outcomes that ripple into adulthood. Hamre and Pianta reveal that when surveyed, the student-teacher relationship is a better predictor for positive and negative outcomes than students' own sense of family connectedness. As a previously high-achieving student, the transition from middle school to high school was frustrating and highly demotivating. I interpreted teachers' disconnect from the students as indifference, which resulted in my own disinterest and poor performance. I believe that supportive and caring teacher relationships in high school would have increased my engagement and productivity across several different subject areas that would have translated into different opportunities available to me after high school. When considering the student-teacher relationship, Thompson and Wheeler suggest the examination of 3 environments. They are the physical, emotional, and intellectual. The physical environment addresses barriers to students' ability to feel safe and secure in the space that they are expected to learn. For example, in the teaching kitchen, many essential tools could be stored too high out of reach for some individuals. This can be easily remedied with the purchase of a small stepladder. The emotional environment examines the teacher's actions, language, biases, and beliefs, and journaling is recommended. The emotional environment also addresses the student's sense of belonging and community in the classroom. Students must feel safe and secure with their teacher and their peers. In the article From Tourists to Citizens in the Classroom, Jerome Freiberg addresses the emotional needs of students by increasing a sense of community and responsibility. Freiberg suggests the transition from a teacher-centered classroom to a person-centered or partnership management strategy. Treating students as partners in the classroom encourages ownership, responsibility, and supports differentiated learning strategies. On practicum, I plan to enact a partnership agreement emphasizing student voice and choice. I will also engage in one-on-one conversations with each student to communicate caring, safety, and respect. The intellectual environment is the way in which the teacher uses differentiated learning strategies in order to improve learning outcomes. The information that I gather from authentically listening to the one-on-one conversations and class discussions will be used to design activities and lesson plans that are individualized and meaningful. I will also use a variety of assessment techniques that grant students the opportunity to demonstrate their learning in various ways and explore higher-order thinking. Thompson and Wheeler address 3 environments that affect the student-teacher relationship. However, these concepts largely addressed factors that are found within the walls of a single classroom. While these areas of consideration are critical, research also suggests that the entire school climate and wider community can influence the way in which student-teacher relationships are formed and maintained. This new information does not change my inquiry question, but does encourage me to acknowledge other potential barriers. I wonder, how does the socioeconomic status of the school and its members impact the type of relationships that are formed? I consider the role of authority in the teaching kitchen and wonder if this helps or hinders the formation of relationships. Is the role of authority reconciled through a partnership agreement? How can I foster a healthy and productive student-teacher relationship? I expected research to focus on the emotional environment between teacher and student. These expectations were met. However, my inquiry has guided me to also consider barriers in students' physical and intellectual environment, as well as the influence and impact of the wider community. These considerations will continue to inform my practice as I engage in the profession. On practicum, I will document my perceptions, feelings, and observations of all 3 environments recommended by Thompson and Wheeler, in an effort to foster meaningful student-teacher relationships. Thank you.